Stakeholders say Nigeria's economy to beat inflation, survive and thrive, government must provide more funding for development finance institutions like the Bank of Industry. This was at an interactive session between industrialists and the Bank of Industry on disbursement of the 200 billion Presidential MSMEs Intervention Fund and other facilities in Abuja. The businessmen say their businesses can no longer cope with lending from commercial banks, which is as high as 35% interest, but rather depend on the Bank of Industry and other development finance institutions for more of funding of the industry. And for the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo Olusi says, through collaboration with the private sector, the bank has made remarkable progress in disbursing federal government's intervention funds and promised improved service delivery towards growing the economy.
Is not only to provide financing, but also to support an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. It includes helping to support and address infrastructure gaps, regulatory bottlenecks, and access to markets. We must work together to introduce technology, sustainability, and skills development as core pillars of MSME development in Nigeria. It is through productivity that you can get more money through taxation. When there's increased productivity, increased activities. So what it means is government has to devise a way to grow banks like this, all our development institutions, to give them more capital.
Now, conversations today at the World Economic Forum centered on issues around energy transition, the global economic outlook as it affects Africa, as well as issues around the use of technology for effective governance. They agree that it is critical to accelerate the implementation of clean energy, build political momentum, and monitor progress, especially that governments are under pressure to modernize outdated systems with a $10 trillion opportunity. Let's look at the highlights.
Not everyone is part of this global clean energy transition. If you look at the African continent, for example, it is a continent with huge potential, as we all know, holding 60% of the world's best solar resources. Yet, it currently gets less than 2% of the global clean energy investments. 600 million people on the continent still lack access to electricity. This is not only unacceptable, it is also unfair.
And if countries want to move forward, they have to be very aggressive in opening up opportunities for entrepreneurship.
General purpose technology, okay, so it can always be used for bad as well as good. But the fact is it should transform healthcare. It should transform the way we educate. It should transform, because government's all about process in the end, and about permissions, about things like procurement. It should transform all of these.
And looking at the markets today, Nigeria's equities market ended the week on a bright note, recouping some of the losses recorded in the previous two sessions as investors gained 497.83 billion naira and portfolio value. Now, market capitalization closed at 63.65 trillion, with 33 gainers against 21 losers, and 66 equities remain unchanged. And looking at other markets in South Africa, it's all positive. Tunisia is positive. The South African market appreciated by 0.44%. And looking at Tunisia, Tune Index is 0.43%, which is to say stocks in Africa are actually doing so well at this time of the year, talking about the first quarter of the year. Well, this